One word to describe this: disappointing. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Alex Stovall, a 26-year-old black conservative Republican who's running for Congress out there in Arizona. Well, he's running right now. That could change in the future, obviously, because of what's going on right now. We'll talk about that part a little bit later. But he has been exposed by Project Veritas for not being the same guy that he portrays himself as out there in the campaign trail that he is while he's talking in private. If you go to his Instagram, his Twitter, his fundraising platform, his website, he'll portray an image of, I'm an America First patriot. I'm going to be the youngest black Republican to ever win in America. I'm against CRT. I'm a big fan of Candace Owens, all these things. But then when you get him behind closed doors, it's a whole different guy. So all of what you see appears to be a big, giant facade. Now, before I go any further, let's roll the clip. In this clip, you're going to see what I'm talking about. You're going to see the contradiction. You're going to see the mismatched lifestyle. You live one way out there on the campaign trail, but a different way behind closed doors. And if you want to see the full version of that, I'll link to that in the description box. But after we get done watching this clip, I'll come back. I'll talk about what was said there. Then I'll give you the rest of my 2 cents and my deep, detailed analysis. And then I'll wrap it on up with a nice bow on top. So without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Republican Party is disgusting to me. The stuff that they're doing, it should be criminal, and they should all be thrown in prison. They want to vote for me just so they can say that they elected the youngest black Republican in American history.
Meet Alex Stovall, Arizona Republican candidate for U.S. Congress. An insider within his campaign brought us comments many of his voters and those in the Republican Party will find troubling.
Yes.
Yeah.
The McCarthys, the Cawthorns, the whole audit bullcrap thing that they're doing, it's just another way for them to funnel money for the American people. You know how much money they've raised from this audit? Over $10 million.
I try and tell people the audit is paramount. Once the audit is done and truth will come to light, we can make those corrections and make sure it never happens again.
So what are your thoughts on the election then? Do you think that Trump won?
No. Do I think there was fraud? Yes.
Okay.
But not enough to overturn the election. But I'm not going to broadcast that everywhere. We need guys that are going to, or girls, to implement policies and bills that are going to make America stronger. Continue what Trump started.
Like, it doesn't matter what your policies are, they just care about that?
Yep. That's everybody. Do you really think people care about policies? Now, what I say in my own campaign is different. Granted, I don't want to seem arrogant. That's why I listen to what my counsel tells me. That's when they say go get an endorsement from somebody, I say, all right, cool. More than likely he'll endorse me, but I'm not going to publicly advertise it. No, I don't have respect for Candace Owens anymore. Will I take her donation and take her donors? Absolutely, but it goes no further than that.
Yeah.
I would never invite her to a Christmas party. You don't win Arizona by being super right Republican. You never show all your cards, right? Yes, I'm a conservative.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to beat on my big old monkey chest running around telling a whole bunch of people I am. It's going to turn people off, and no one's going to want to give you money. There are a lot of independents here. Independents are what determine the vote. Racism is real. What the news is telling you, what Tucker Carlson is telling you, what Candace Owens is telling you, it's a bunch of baloney. You want to be less white? Vote for the young black candidate.
All right, so you saw that, you heard that. Now, there's a lot I want to say, and I'm not really sure where to start. I guess first things first, I don't really take pride in doing this because there are so few of us out there that are black conservatives. When you have a guy that shows some promise, it's really unfortunate when they do stuff like this. But I got to say something, because you need to be who you say you are. Don't go out there in the campaign trail and portray something different. Be who you are. If he believes that Candace Owens is not a good person, he doesn't like her, just say that. Say that on the campaign trail. Now, it might not work for you when you're trying to get votes, and that's fine, though. You got to be able to take the good and the bad. That's just what it is. Don't be a fake person. Don't just do things because you think people want to hear that from you when you out there on the trail. That's not how it should work. Now, you're a politician. I understand that. You want to be politically correct at a certain time. I get it. But you appear to be a whole different guy. Talking about the GOP is disgusting and they sicking you. You talking about it's bad for them to want to vote for you because you're the youngest black conservative black Republican ever, but on your own fundraising platform, you promote that. So if you don't want to be voted for because of your identity and your age, why put it out there as a virtue? Why put it out there as something you promote on your own platforms, right? Just go out there and say, you know what, race ain't even really a big thing for me. I'm just doing what's best for the country, okay? If you want to carry it like that, but if you want to carry it the way you're carrying it, don't be mad when people vote for you for a thing that you promote. You're raising money on that whole situation for yourself on your own platform. So, I mean, that's just so dumb. That's not even using your brain at all, okay? You're talking about Candace. What's your problem with Candace? I saw that he responded on his Twitter talking about who put an expose out of Kelly Ward and Candace Owens. What you going to expose, though? You were on videotape saying what you said in private and then saying a different thing publicly. So what you going to really expose? You know, and why try to bring anybody else into it? It's you that got the problem. There's nobody else on videotape that you mentioned that has been captured saying what you say privately and then something else publicly. Okay. And like I said, if you feel that way, just say that. If you feel like the audit is a waste of time, then say that. Personally, I know that the audit probably wasn't going to find anything because of how the whole system is, right? You have to just have laws in the books that make voting more secure. You can find whatever you want in the audit, but it won't overturn the election because it's just one state. So it's not going to overturn the election, in my humble opinion. Just say that. It might be unpopular, but just be real. Don't be a liar. Just like Trump. See, when Trump was on the campaign trail, when he was running, obviously in 2016, he said at least one thing I didn't like. And it could be, for some, a deal breaker. Remember the whole thing about Caitlyn Jenner, a.k.a. Bruce Jenner, when they or he, she, whatever the new pronoun is, whenever that person said, I think I choose bathroom of my choice, being a biological male, but now identifying as female. And Trump was like, oh, okay, that's cool, no problem. Bruce Jenner went to Trump Tower and used the ladies' restroom with Trump's blessing. I didn't like that. This is during the campaign when he was trying to become the president. But I could put that to the side because of all of his other policies. So when you say stuff like they don't care about policy, is that true? I mean, I think we care about Mitt Romney and John McCain and Adam Kinzinger, these so-called Republicans, GOP people that have bad policy. We also care about people like Kristen Sinema, who is a Democrat in your state, Arizona, by the way, Alex Stovall, and also Joe Manchin, a Democrat in my home of West Virginia, right? We care about their policies. We know they're Democrats. We know they're not necessarily on our side, but we support them because of their policies specifically. Although we're not going to vote for them, we support them in what they do because we pay attention to what they're talking about. And even if you're a normie, regular person, you're not really political, you're still going to vote red or blue. So if you're a conservative person, your policies matter. How are you going to gain any kind of endorsement or acceptance by the party if you don't have that party's values in mind? How are you going to be an AOC and come to the GOP and try to run and gain any kind of acceptance? You're not going to get accepted. You're not going to get any kind of big endorsement, so you won't be voted for. That's how it works. So policy does matter. What you say does matter. And being an authentic person matters. See, one thing about those of us that are here on YouTube and whatnot, if you're on radio or anything else, you can't be a fake person. You're talking a lot of times live. I'll talk live a lot. I've been on panels for years and years talking for hours on end. And at a certain point, if you're not being who you say you are, the real you will slip out. It's going to slip out. And if you're not being who you say you are, aside from making content and things of that nature, if you're in politics, the real you will come out at a certain point. You're going to be faced with an option to make a decision and you make the wrong decision, or you'll just do things that others tell you to do. In my opinion, that's not leadership qualities. Being a leader means taking charge, doing what you know is right, not just following another person. So if I'm thinking, okay, who am I going to vote for? Do I want a person that'll just tell me whatever that he thinks I want to hear? Or do I want a guy that is a genuine person that'll go out there and lead from the front rather than just being told what to do by staffers and by outside and by the television and things of that nature? Be your own person. Be a real person. What I saw right there was really a shame. And it's unfortunate. I want to see what he says. He should apologize. It shouldn't really be about, I'm going to expose Candace Owens. I'm going to expose Kelly Ward, all this, that, and the third. You should apologize to Candace Owens, talking about, yeah, I take her money, but I wouldn't invite her to a Christmas party. See, you fake. And I'm going to say this one last thing. Guys like him, when they do stuff like that, they make it hard for all of us as black conservatives, because it's not that many of us, right? Not that many of us, and we're trying to recruit more in a sense, okay? When people who are kind of on the fence, who are black or not really conservative, regardless of what color they are, when they see stuff like that, they're like, oh, okay, well, ABL, like, are you a grifter? People that don't know me, people that are just kind of on the fence, they still kind of liberal, still kind of, they're trying to figure out where they want to go. Well, it's like, well, are you a grifter too? Is that what's going on? Is that how y'all operate? It ain't that many of y'all. Y'all just trying to get money from people because you think, you say things that are different. Is that what's going on? You see what I'm saying? We need genuine people to be out there in the forefront. None of this fake stuff. And that goes beyond color. That's black, white, Puerto Rican, candy stripe. Be an authentic person. Don't be on here pretending to be one way when you're a different way behind closed doors. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this whole situation with Alex Stovall? I mean, it's really disappointing. I think I may have met him before at the Blexit event where he was posed up with Cam. I think I may have met him before up there. And it's really sad that this is going on, but I've seen this too much. And it's becoming a pattern. And when you see a pattern like this develop, the natural human response is to say, or to ask, well, if it's him that has been exposed, then who else is doing this? What other guy or girl must I watch out for because they may not be real? You see what I'm saying? So it's really bad for the movement, in my humble opinion. But whatever your thoughts are on that, let me know in the comments. You guys know where I'm at. I think that this is really a shame. And you can vet people all day long, but ultimately, we got to have trust. And when guys like this come out, it kind of erodes the trust you have for anybody that is new, any kind of new candidate, especially when you're talking about people that you wouldn't normally see in the party, people that have recently kind of converted, people that had views that are one way. Even if you are, just a regular a white guy, black, if you 3 years ago thought that Trump was bad and Orange Man bad, and now you're America first, patriot, gun toting, Bible thumping, it's like, is that really you? Or are you just another Alex Stovall just trying to get some money? Are you a grifter? What's happening? Are you going to become like Mitt Romney talking about your GOP America first and then do all of what you can to disrupt the whole movement? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.